Hey guys, Lloyd here from Spinpanel. In this video, I'll show you how to use Spinpanel either as a Microsoft partner or as an end customer. Now firstly, you need to purchase a Spinpanel subscription. So head over to the Azure Marketplace, search for Spinpanel and select Get It Now. Now you'll need to log in with your Microsoft account. So go ahead and enter in your email address here. And now you'll be prompted to just verify your credentials. So fill in any missing information that isn't populated here. Then just provide the consent. And then hit continue. Okay, so you'll now be forwarded to the Azure portal. Now there's two scenarios. Either you have an Azure subscription already, or you need to purchase one. So in this scenario, this is where you don't have an Azure subscription. So if you click here, you can now see your plans. Now currently I have just one plan, which will be displayed in your local currency. So let's go ahead and hit subscribe. Now you'll see, because I don't have Azure, I'll be forced to create an account first. Now you won't need to do anything else at this stage, so just hit start free. So now you'll be guided to the Microsoft portal. So go ahead and select start free or pay as you go, of course whichever option you want. But if you don't have that, then you need to have an Azure subscription. Okay, so in the second scenario, we're here again at the marketplace. Now select Get It Now and follow the same steps. And we sign in again using our Microsoft account. So once again, we follow the same steps. We just enter in any missing information, provide the consent and hit continue. Now you'll be sent over to the Azure portal again. And now you see that we have a bit of a different screen because we already have an Azure subscription. So you'll see we have the menu item and all of the possible options to choose from. So same options, an overview of plan, pricing and so on. So go ahead and set up and subscribe. Okay, so what's next? So now I can create a resource group. So just enter in a unique name here. And you just need to choose the region, which is relevant to the organization. And now here you can just apply any unique name, so just your internal name for reference. Now here you can see we don't actually display pricing because Spinpanel is based on a usage basis. So the actual cost to you will only be displayed once that consumption has been utilized. So you have a second option here. You can choose to opt out of recurring billing. So after 1 month that will expire, although we don't recommend that you do this. So far we're still on the Microsoft side. We haven't actually reached the Spinpanel side yet. So just go ahead once you're done, hit review and subscribe. Okay, so now that you're subscribed, from this stage onwards, we're going to onboard into Spinpanel. So click this button and now you'll be taken over to the Spinpanel configuration steps. So open up a new tab outside the Azure Marketplace. So just go ahead and click the button and you'll be automatically logged in as you're already logged into the Azure portal. Now it's important here to note that you must select and check the consent box, otherwise each and every user will need to log in and request access. Now accept this and now we'll start the onboarding. Great, okay, so now we're onboarded into Spinpanel. Let's go ahead and hit the next button and continue with the setup. So the onboarding succeeded and now you're in Spinpanel, and this is the first screen that you'll see. Now the first thing we need to do once we've arrived in Spinpanel is we need to go to the settings. Now at this stage, this is from the perspective of you as a partner, not from your end customer's view. Now that we're in this screen, we'll notice that there are no relationships set up yet, so we need to first set up your own organization. So head up over to Solutions, and now you'll see the Spinpanel platform and product and subscription management have been activated. Now we have two choices, either you're a partner at this point or you're a customer. Either way, we always advise you to start with the advanced user and group management, because then you can get your users into Spinpanel and then you can set roles and configure other settings. So let's go ahead and click on that. Now we're going to click Users. And then now you need to choose a service account. Now it can be any user in your organization. However, in our knowledge base, we advise you to set up a dedicated user to use as a service account. So I'm going to choose admin at this point. So this is my service account. And I'm going to go select. And I'm going to hit configure. Now you'll be taken to the Microsoft consent screen again. So go ahead and log in with this user's credentials. Now it's important to note on this next screen that you don't select the consent on behalf of your organization, as we only want this to be scoped to this particular user. So make sure you leave that unchecked and then hit accept. So this is the basic setup of Spinpanel. Now if you head over to the users and hit refresh, what will happen is you'll see all of your users will now be pulled through into Spinpanel and ready to manage. Okay, so in this scenario, I'll show you how to purchase Spinpanel through the Partner Center. So we're in the Microsoft Partner Center here, viewing the subscriptions screen. Here we can purchase Microsoft subscriptions. So go ahead and hit Add Subscription. Now here we can search for Spinpanel in the list of online services. Now it's important to note that if you search for Spinpanel now, you'll find us here. Now if you hit the drop down, you'll notice that you'll need to purchase an Azure plan. So we're going to head back to Azure, then hit type, and then select Microsoft Azure. Now you can purchase an Azure plan first. So let's add that to the cart and choose Review. Then confirm the details. So we're purchasing one Azure plan, which will be billed monthly. Now go ahead and choose Buy. And this process can take a few moments as the transaction needs to be processed on the Microsoft end. Okay, so the order's now been completed. Now head back to subscriptions. Select Add a Subscription. Now go ahead and search for Spinpanel again. And now you can see when you hit the drop down, you have the option to choose the Azure plan that you've just purchased. So let's go ahead now and add that to cart. And select Review. And the same as before, we're now going to go ahead and hit Buy. Now it's important to know before we start, if you add a customer to Spinpanel and you didn't buy the Azure plan first in the subscription in the Partner Center beforehand, then the cost of the subscription will be counted towards your own subscription. So just bear that in mind. So now that we're back in Spinpanel, we'll head over to Organizations. And this will display the list of partners that you have linked to your Spinpanel account. So you don't have to onboard all your customers at this point. You can select which customers you want to work with Spinpanel with, or even go further and select the plans within each of these tenants that you wish to use Spinpanel for. So I'm going to go ahead and click the subscription that's applied to this account. Again, this can take a few moments to process. Okay, so after product and subscription management is completed, those two options will now be marked as complete, and the top two won't be started yet. Now you might be tempted to try and activate the Microsoft Partner Center management option, but that doesn't make any sense, as Awesome Computers is an end customer and not a partner. So disregard that, head over to Advanced User and Group Management, click on that, and then the customers and the users are shown for Awesome Computers. So you'll need their credentials to log in, or you can request Awesome Computers to log in themselves. The way you do that is through the Partner Center. So activate a subscription as a customer, and then Awesome Computers will need to go through the onboarding process themselves.